The Long Tan Cross is a memorial which was erected by the 6th Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment on 18 August 1969 to mark the site of the Battle of Long Tan, which was fought 3 years earlier during the Vietnam War. While the cross was removed following the Communist victory in 1975 and used to commemorate a priest, it was recovered by the Đồng Nai Province Museum in 1984 and placed on display. A replica cross was also erected on the battlefield during the 1980s and is frequently visited by Australian Vietnam War veterans. History. During the afternoon and evening of the 18th of August 1966, D Company of the 6th Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment fought an intense battle with a much larger force of Vietnamese Communist troops near Long Tan in South Vietnam. While the Australian force comprised only 108 men, it managed to defeat the approximately 2,000-strong Communist force with the assistance of supporting artillery and airstrikes. 6th RA and the other Australian units engaged suffered 18 killed and 24 wounded, making this the most costly Australian battle of the war. At least 245 of the Communist troops were killed in the fighting. 6th RA erected the Long Tan Cross to mark the 3rd anniversary of the battle. According to an article in the Canberra Times, the cross was the brainchild of Lieutenant Colonel David Butler and Warrant Officer James Cruikshank, and was constructed from concrete by Sergeant Alan McLean. The cross weighs over 100 kilograms and is just under 2 meters tall. On the 17th of August 1969, A and D companies of 6th RA landed by helicopter near the former battle site and secured the area. The next morning, infantrymen and assault pioneers cleared the area around the location where 11 platoon of D Company had conducted a last stand during the Battle of Long Tan. A Royal Australian Air Force helicopter then delivered the cross to the site. The remainder of the battalion arrived during the morning, and 6 RA's chaplain led ceremony to dedicate the memorial. 10 men from the battalion who had fought in the battle stood at the side of the cross throughout the proceedings. The ceremony concluded before noon, and 6 RA returned to the nearby major Australian base at Nui Dat. D Company was the last element of the battalion to leave the site. At some time after the fall of Saigon and the end of the Vietnam War in 1975, the Long Tan Cross was removed from the battle site. It was subsequently used as a memorial for a Catholic priest until 1984, when it was located by the Đồng Nai Province Museum in Bien Hoa. The museum added it to its collection and placed the cross on display alongside other items from the war. In either 1986 or 1989, a replica of the Long Tan Cross was erected on the battle site by the Long Dat District People's Committee. This replica is often visited by Australian Vietnam War veterans and, as at 2012, was one of only 2 memorials to foreign military forces permitted in Vietnam. The original Long Tan Cross was loaned to the Australian War Memorial in Canberra in mid-2012. It was placed on display at the memorial on the 17th of August, and was returned to Vietnam in April 2013.